We're back again.
Renault Duster.
Well, now.
Diesel.
Duster diesel. Well, you can only get diesels now. Do you know that?
What an exciting car. A
Oh,
Renault
come
Diesel.
on. No, please. You know why? Honest. It is one of the most honest offerings around at the moment.
It's a diesel Duster.
I don't care.
How could it not be honest?
Oh, come on.
Do you know what I liked about the car?
What?
Everything. It was ridiculous. I went into it thinking it's a Renault Duster diesel. What am I going to like about it? Nothing. You know what I liked about it?
Everything.
Pretty much everything.
Yeah. Now, look, there are a couple of points I'd had that I don't like, that I griped about.
Engine's a bit rough and a bit noisy.
Yeah, but hang on. The Duster is an old design. It's been around for a long time.
How much does it cost?
We'll get to that just now.
Yeah.
Listen, wait.
It's cheap.
Hang on. First of all, just remember, it's not a Renault. It's a Dacia, which is a Romanian-built Eastern
Don't
European.
even mention the word Sandero.
No, I didn't say that.
Good. Okay.
But I'm saying it's an Eastern European design origin. So it's already
That would explain the agricultural references.
the agricultural references.
Yeah.
It's boxy.
Yeah.
It's an old.
I like the boxy.
Yeah, I'm saying no. I didn't say
Space
anything wrong.
galore.
Because boxy gives you space,
Yeah.
whereas everything else in the categories svelte and swoopy and this and that and cramped.
Yeah.
Different. So for your category, for your money, you're getting much more space. But it's also got what I called a roughy tufty.
Yes.
Appearance,
Yes.
finish,
Yes.
build,
Yes.
everything about it just says, hey, throw it at me, I'll take it.
That's what I got. And it was a case of it's a can-do willingness within a limited scope of components that go into it. I mean, as I say, the engine was a bit rough. The
The engine does
rough.
give you 80 kilowatts and 250 newton meters of torque. Which is not bad.
On that little car, it gets along.
And it's not that heavy.
And it did what 5.8, 5.9 liters per 100.
When you drove it in I got your average and mine down to 5.6,
which is good.
And I've driven Dusters before and had them on about 5 for the week.
I also got the feeling that this car's one that's going to carry on doing that for a very long time.
Oh yeah.
It surprisingly, I know Renault's had a bit of criticism in recent years about their build quality. I didn't get that from the Duster. I don't think it's a German assembly quality, but the components that are in there look like they're going to stick it out for the long haul.
The car had about 5,000 k's on the clock, I think it was. Whatever it is, I didn't pick up any rattle squeaks, whatever. I've had a few comments on the YouTube videos saying people have had rattle issues with the cars, with Dusters. Hey, in the category for the money, live with it, live with something.
Well, go find where the rattle squeak is.
Well, that's the other side of it, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
But there's that. The other thing is, because we had, now, interestingly, do you notice Renault have changed their model naming recently?
No, what have they done?
You remember they used to have Dynamique and all those sort of things, right?
All these unpronounceable names. Yeah.
Now they've got Life,
Very
Zen,
French.
and Intens.
Life, Zen, and Intens.
Yeah.
Not intense.
No, Intens.
Intens.
Without the E at the end. Okay?
Why
Now,
do they do that?
they brought that in with the new Clio.
Yeah.
Interestingly, for the Duster, there's only Zen and Intens.
I'm assuming Zen is middle, Life is entry, and Intens is upmarket.
As they said at the Clio launch, you start off Life. Then as you get a bit older, you develop a bit of Zen. And then things get intense.
Still being in the life phase. I'm not entirely convinced that Renault have got their marketing strategy based on that exactly right. But they've got to have a strategy, I suppose.
But now on the Duster,
let's go with it.
Yeah, on the Duster, what they've done now is they've shrunk down the model range because there was a facelift not long ago.
Okay.
Very minor facelift.
I was going to say, look, exactly the same as all the Dusters I've ever seen.
Correct. No, kind of
Slight
changes.
Sure.
So what they've done is they've brought in a base model,
Yes.
Zen 5-speed manual.
Okay.
Then you get a Zen Auto.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. And the Zen 5-speed manual has got the 66 kilowatt version of the motor.
Not the 80.
Not the 80.
Haha.
From the Zen Auto, you go up to the 80.
Okay.
Then you get an interesting model. You get the 4x4 Zen manual 6-speed.
Okay.
And then you get the Intens, which is auto only again.
And that's a 6-speed auto.
6-speed auto. It's what Renault call the EDC, which is that dual clutch one.
It's not the, yeah.
But you know, hang on. It's not the...
It drives well.
That box was criticized a lot when it was first launched.
Yeah.
About 5-6 years ago, about there, am I right? When it came out with the first couple, everybody moaned about it. I must be honest, I found it nice, smooth, easy, comfortable, no complaints.
Yeah, I had no problems with it.
Really, it just did the job.
Yeah.
It got on with it and did the job for me.
Yeah.
And I had no issues with it whatsoever. Apparently it was very jerky and other things in the earlier versions. But so what? Done. Who cares? Doesn't apply to what we were testing.
Yeah.
What Intens gives you at the top of the range is a couple of trim items like the front skid plate and the treatment around the grille, and the mirrors are silver instead of body color.
Yes.
Wow.
And it had roof rack handle things.
The roof racks, yeah. It's got fog lights. Yeah. And I speak under correction, I think your alloy wheels go up by 1 inch. But don't hold me to that, okay? That's on the outside.
Joburg, I'd go down 1 inch and have a fatter profile tire.
There is that, yeah. Watch out! Yeah.
Agricultural.
Yeah.
You know, it's
okay. So that's on the outside, okay? Yeah. On the inside, you've got your automatic aircon.
Yeah.
You've got full touchscreen with navigation.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah.
And you've got, interestingly, blind spot warning.
Yes.
And that's pretty much the interior. What I'm saying is over the Zen model, just to give you the differentiation. Very small price difference, by the way.
Oh, really?
Only about 8,000 Rand, which I found strange.
Hmm.
Yeah. Unless my source of prices was wrong.
Get out of Zen, get into Intens.
Well, at that money you may as well.
Might as well.
Something else I noticed very interesting that I thought was, on the Clio, there was a lot of comment made, and I actually found them very interesting, the new shape headrests.
Yes. We commented about that.
Yeah.
And those comments were ours.
They were ours.
That was us, Alan.
Aha.
Yeah.
Aha, your memory is better than mine.
We were being intense there.
Yeah. Well, note the fact that those headrests are now in the Duster.
Yeah.
So, no, why I'm making a point of it.
If it's a good headrest, put it in. Use it.
No, it's not just that. A, they're comfortable.
Yes.
B, they are far less restrictive on looking behind when you're driving, reversing, or for people sitting in the back seat looking forward.
Yeah.
Than those chunky big things you used to get. Yeah. So I find that to be a big advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that car is made for the young family.
Sure.
The Duster is. So you've got kids in the back, the last thing you want is for them to be claustrophobic.
Sure.
They want to see out. That's what kids want to do.
That or when they're stuck on their iPads.
Well, yeah, well,
they're USB ports.
There are USBs, there's everything. Yeah. There's a USB for the back seat. You've got it all. So it provides. Now let's tell the price. 389,900.
Yes. Very attractive.
What competes at that money?
Here we go again. You know, again, Tiggo
4, right?
Yeah.
Top spec Tiggo 4, interestingly. Yeah. So, yes, but beyond that, you're looking at a lot of cars that are slightly smaller because of, again, we said the square, the big boxy, as opposed to the more aerodynamic, the modern designs. Yeah. You're gaining space. Yeah. You're gaining the toughness. Yeah. You're gaining extra ground clearance if you do want to go dirt road, even if you're only front wheel drive. Yeah. You're gaining all those things. Yeah. But now, okay, I haven't given you my 2 gripes. My 2 big gripes on that car.
Let's see if we agree.
Okay. Number 1.
Yeah.
Number 1. That stubby stalk behind the steering wheel for the audio controls.
We agree on 1.
Okay.
Number 2?
No, wait, let me just finish there.
No, enough said. That's all you need to say about that stalk. It's there. It should not be there. It's an abomination.
There's enough space on the steering wheel for a few extra buttons. Okay, my other one. What Renault called the card key.
That card key thing is just...
It felt cheap.
It's not in keeping with the rest of the car.
It felt like it was going to break in 5 minutes, quite honestly.
Yeah.
I was scared to handle it.
Yeah.
Do you know that in the early 2000s,
Yeah.
on Renault, when they came out with the card key,
Yes.
you actually had to slide it into a
the
slot on
yes.
a dashboard and
Yes.
then press the button to
Correct.
start the car.
Correct. And
So-
my friend had one of those, and it broke, and it cost him a small fortune to get another one. Didn't work.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Now what they've done is they've stopped having to put it in the slot, but it's still that same thing.
It's still that same thing. Yes, exactly. And as you say, it's cheap, horrible, and nasty.
Yeah.
So no.
So really, that cost that car a lot of brownie points in my book.
Well, it's just a key.
I know,
But-
but
You know, it is a case of the fact that my 25-year-old MG's key has slightly fallen apart a bit because it's 25 years old and you're pushing the remote for 25 years. The fact that it's 25 years and has a remote is quite something in its own. But yes, it speaks to the build quality of the car. If you can't trust the key, can you trust the rest of the car? And frankly, the car is so much better than the key.
it really lets the game down.
It's silly. It's silly. You know,
Sorry, it lets it down.
I mean, how much can a key cost? If it costs 1,000 rand to put in a decent key, put the 1,000 rand in a decent key to save your image, Renault.
Yeah, I know I'm being picky here, but it's those two things that would put me off buying a Duster right now.
I wouldn't necessarily let them put me off buying a Duster. It's just certainly something that I would not be happy about buying a Duster.
Yeah.
But you know, the rest of the car is that good that I would still consider it, and that surprised me more than anything else, because I really did not expect to be as entertained by the Duster as I was.
Let me rephrase. Buying in that kind of segment, that money,
Sure.
the Duster would be very high on my list.
Yeah.
There is no doubt.
It's on a short list.
But those two items,
I agree with you. I agree with you.
They really do.
100%.
Yeah, you want to plonk down a key that goes gadunk, not this little plastic thing that clinks down.
My track record of losing keys is not good. So I would lose that key in about a week. It would be gone forever. I'd be buying new keys. In fact, I'll just get a stack of them in a bag somewhere. Put them in my drawer just to keep them.
But you know what? But besides that, I think you've got to give Renault kudos.
It was a great little car.
They've done. You know what they've also done? Early on in this, I said it's old, it's getting outdated, etc., etc. They've done a damn good job of keeping it current,
and
in spite of that,
even though it's old, it is still worthy of looking at. Buying.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's not a case of it's coming to the end of life. Oh goodness, let's not buy one because it's not going to have any value or add anything to our lives. But I completely disagree with that. I think the best time to buy a car is actually at the end of life.
Well, they say
that's the best version
ones,
of it. Best version of it, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's such a solid little car that I'd have no hesitation in recommending it.
Yeah, it has to get a thumbs up.
Yeah.
No doubt from me. There we go.
We'll leave it there.
From Will and Al.
From Alan Wool.
See you next time.